Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. If you're watching this, you're live.
Welcome back to Self on the Shelf. Hello to Fernando, the StreamYard Duck. As always, we are so blessed by his presence and just grateful that he's here presiding over this meeting.
Yeah. Quack, quack, mother duckers.
Quack, quack, mother duckers. We really got into the live stream swing of things, but we haven't actually done one for ages now, right? Because we've had that.
Ages, like a week, 2 weeks.
No, wasn't it longer because of New York and then me being sick and then we did an edited video to try and drag our channel back up?
We streamed since New York.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I talked about New York on a stream.
Okay.
Am I right, gang? Do we remember this? Do we have a shared hallucination? What's the diagnosis here? What's new? What's going on?
What the hell is that?
It's been ages.
We were just watching, Tana was just showing me some of the music video he filmed for a song he wrote over the weekend. I'm like blown away. It's so fucking good. If you haven't seen Tana's pictures on his Instagram of him as the, what would you call what you were?
Fallen angel.
Feathered fallen angel. Oh my, and you made those wings yourself?
I did.
Unbelievable, Tana. God. Yeah, Tana's going to fly away from this channel too soon, but we have to support it.
Yeah, it was a really, really fun project. Trevor Hogan, who does our claymation podcast, helps us with that.
Who is brilliant.
Shot our Eagle Scout sketch.
And who is Haley Devine's sibling? Fun fact.
Yeah, he's filming it, and he's so good. And
so good.
The
Temple City Studios.
Yep. And then we got to do it at the clubhouse.
Oh shit! Our mics aren't on.
No! This is why we always mic check.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Do we need to start again?
We don't need to start again with this. We just need to figure it out. I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, maybe it's just doing laptop audio. We don't need to start again with this. We just need to figure it out. Thank God. Okay, so we just have to. Yep. It isn't. It's been our laptop mic. This should switch it over if it does. How's that?
Are we sure now? You sure about that? Hello. About that's why?
Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, remember the old days when we had to literally restart a stream I don't know why we had to restart a stream if our sound wouldn't work. We didn't
Back in my day, when a stream went awry, you had to restart it, and it would take 40 years to reboot.
Yeah. Just also want to thank H3 Chill for the super chat before we started the stream. As always, we'll be reading super chats and also reading Venmo super chats throughout the stream. If you don't have YouTube super chat or you just don't want to give YouTube a percentage of the money.
Yeah, thank you. That was very kind, very chill of you, very H3 of you as well.
Yeah, I agree. Talk to us about the glove. First signs of aging are on the hands.
First signs of aging are the hands. I think I bought them on a whim. Mm-hmm. I saw them on Depop and I was like, I need those. My inner child was like, get them.
Oh, which speaking of, you didn't reply to me about whether or not I should order us those clown shoes.
Oh yeah.
I just think we could do a lot with them.
I just felt when the clown is ready, the shoes will appear. If the boots
we shouldn't have to pay $30 to get clown shoes.
Yeah, certainly not off of Amazon.
Is anyone looking to buy us some clown or has a pair of clown shoes?
Or if you're our great grand clown and you need
if you're of clown heritage,
you have a couple, you want to take some trainees under your belt, some mentees that you can pass the shoes on to.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I ended up using them for the music video, and also I have vitiligo, so it's nice to just have a little sun
protection,
thing while I'm driving.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes me feel like a baddie. I'm not gonna lie.
You look like a baddie.
Thank you.
That music video really showed how just fundamentally good looking you are. Just like the bones of a model, the everything structure of a model. Except
the talent and pay grade, I suppose.
The pay grade, we're working on it. The talent is there. So that's what you spent your weekend doing.
That's what I spent my weekend doing. It was up till 4 a.m. today. So
editing.
Yeehaw. That's why I've got my canteen of coffee here.
And he still hasn't done his one Zelf task from last week to make the thumbnail for the finale for our Patreon series so that we can do it as a live episode next week.
Yeah, just, love the build up.
But we're a shame-free LLC, so we don't.
Yeah.
When things happen on the timeline that they happen.
We're normalizing being bad at your job.
Yeah, we've always said
to focus on your hobbies.
Oh, speaking of that, I posted about this and a lot of people were interested, so I'll just share the news here. I did not get through to the next round of my dream job that I applied for in the UK in the name of getting Jared a visa. But it's ultimately fine because I don't like I was looking at getting a job for getting Jared a visa, but like I want to keep doing this as my job. Like I can support myself-ish doing this. So I don't know, it's maybe like a blessing in disguise.
I think we'll have to get you in the old-fashioned way.
What's the old-fashioned way?
Apply to be on a game show, sneak onto the game show during the final act of the game show, be carried out by a loyal team into a waiting stagecoach that will pull you to the nearest theater that will take you in, and the only times you'll be able to go out in public, you'll be in acting disguise, in a costume, but you'll be freer than you've ever felt in a way, but also like a caged bird because you can never be your own real self, only an actor from then on.
But why would I need to be in disguise?
Well, both of you because of immigration stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to be.
Jared.
Yeah, Jared. Yeah.
You're part of the crew that's pushing through. Anyway, you know how your grandparents did it? Emigrated.
Totally, yeah. I spent the weekend in St. George, which was lovely. It was 90 degrees. We had a lovely little lake day. Stayed in the nicest Airbnb, and I now have 54 bed bug bites. I'm clean. Tanner's been so annoying about it. He's like, I'm worried I shouldn't come over just in case they've traveled.
They travel, they get around.
I know they do. I'm anal though. You don't catch me like fucking around with stuff like that.
You just say to me, literally covered.
These actually,
bites. You look like you're tweaking.
No, these. If you could have seen these last night I'd been taking like Zyrtec, and also they're not contagious.
They are though.
They're not. The bed bugs don't live here.
Are they in the room with us right now?
No, they're not, but there is a subperceptual presence because this actually looks really good compared to how they looked last night. And it's because I took my shingles medication that I never needed to take when I actually had shingles, because shingles was nothing compared to this. I also have them all over like my hips and stuff. I look like I have chicken pox. It's so ugly. All right.
I have trypophobia.
Oh, do you? You would get I get like a little bit of trypophobia looking at myself. Oh, yeah.
Makes my inside squirm.
But hot tip, if you ever get a bite infestation, just get your hands on some gabapentin.
Gabapentin, that's what all the girls are doing.
I had a bedbug infestation a year ago from a brand new mattress. Always make sure RC Willie takes off the plastic before they bring it inside. They can hitch rides on used mattresses. Yeah, the Airbnb, Jared said the mattress had like a plastic cover on it.
And they still found a way in.
And my friend who also was in a room like so far away. Like the rooms weren't close at all.
Okay, you're not convincing me that they can't travel or that they're not likely in this room.
But we took every precaution to kill them.
We could still... Have you tried burning the apartment down?
I'm open to it, but if I was getting any more new ones, I'd be freaking the fuck out right now. But no, they're not here. I can tell. Spiritually, I can tell.
You've named each one. You're familiar.
Oh, last night I was like, I've been trying all day not to scratch them, and then it just got so bad. I just like let myself have a scratch. And I think there will be scars, but I was just like, I will take a scar because this is so bad.
I've done it before, yeah. Like a really good zit. You're like, this is going to fuck me up, but I'm going to pop the shit out of this thing. Also, sorry for stigmatizing or whatever.
Stigmatizing what?
Just like the affliction of bed bugs.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. I love that Cass knows that Gemini season is our thing.
It is our thing.
As we are both Geminis.
Thank you very much.
I was just thinking about that the other day, that we are about to enter Gemini season.
Oh, I'm always thinking about it. And I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Feeling it.
It's nice that it's in the summer.
It is. It's the perfect time of year, honestly. It's like when things are reaching a more stabilized warmth. We get like a cold day here and there, but it's like we're fully in spring, dancing into summer before the like miserable heat of the summer.
Imagine how different our whole friendship would be if we weren't both Geminis.
Oh, if we were both if we were Scorpios, we wouldn't be friends. If we were Aquariuses, we'd catch each other at a party and always just be like, that was a very interesting person. If we were Capricorns, both of us,
You seem to know a lot about.
Yeah, I'm ready to roll.
Long journeys. I'm a Gemini too.
Gemini 3, even.
So what's up? I have some like, I've been trying to do this thing lately where I just will save stuff that's just like a quote that I like or something, because I'm like, I could either read that on the live stream, or I've also been saving TikToks because I would love to make a video this week that's like, these TikToks will change your life. Like when I watch a TikTok and I'm like, that's so fucking good. That's better than anything I could ever say. And like, we just like watch, because we always react to TikToks that we think are like bad a lot of the time.
I'm all about the positive TikTok react.
Yeah, I think we should do that this week. Or
I have a bunch that I've sent to the Zelf on the Shelf one.
Amazing.
So we can just pull up the DMs.
Yeah.
We're a well-oiled machine here.
Yeah. Do the thumbnail. This one I just liked because I've just been thinking a lot lately about how much we all live under various illusions. I feel like this is something we talked about a lot in our last video about how Americans are turning back to religion, which, by the way, I kind of want to talk about. But yeah, I'm just thinking about that. Radical honesty. Sam is out of focus. Yeah, when I sit back too much, it does that.
Sam is actually a cryptid, kind of like Bigfoot, can only be perceived as blurry.
I just wanted you guys to see the cute little flowers on my shirt, so I was sitting back. But so you've seen them. Just a good thread from someone called Sophia Cycles. Despair is the only cure for illusion. Without despair, we cannot transfer our allegiance to reality. It's a kind of mourning period for our fantasies. Some people do not survive this despair, but no major change within a person can occur without it. Oh, and that's actually from someone called Philip Elliott Slater.
Wow, Philip Elliott Slater really slayed
Phil.
with that one.
Yeah. Thanks for that one, Phil.
If I were a Phil who quilled a pill like that, I would be happy for the rest of my life. Well done.
H3 Chill, back with another super chat. Thank you so much.
Wow, from Phil to Chill, we really
appreciate it. Our channel's been tanking from the weeks we took off from New York /sickness.
Thank you so much.
I got another quote if you just want me
Hit
to
me with
I believe
quotes.
This is Carl Jung, who I never stop being obsessed with, never stop looking at quotes of. People who have a creative side and do not live it out are most disagreeable clients. They won't sleep with me. It's great.
They're too busy with their art to fuck around.
So have a creative side and do not live it out. They make a mountain out of a molehill, fuss about unnecessary things, are too passionately in love with somebody who is not worth so much attention, and so on. There is a kind of floating charge of energy in them which is not attached to its right object and therefore tends to apply exaggerated dynamism to the wrong situation. You don't need a new crush. You need a creative outlet. Been thinking about that constantly lately.
But what if...
But what if both? You know?
Why not?
What if the crush inspires the creative?
Yes,
yeah.
and non-binary.
Uh-huh. Does it help you when we watch all of Daddy YouTube's ads? I believe so.
That is...
And watch time. Yeah, thank you.
I just got a picture of that meme of like the person like holding the shield with like all the arrows or the rainbow or whatever that's like attacking them. And it's like you taking the YouTube ad hits. And us are like sheltered under your protective
nestled
arm. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So just an interesting follow-up to our last video where we talked about how Americans are becoming more religious again, or like especially young men are going back to religion. No Nonsense Spirituality, Britt Hartley, who everyone knows and loves and always comments about, did a video that I thought was very interesting, saying she's not worried about that phenomenon because basically churches run on the unpaid labor of women. So if women are not going... Like you can't uphold it. And I was like, I did not even consider that. And that is kind of a really fire point. I wonder how that's going to work. And I wonder when the tipping point is, like if more men are But yeah, imagine the Mormon church without women. They wouldn't be able to pull off a single lingalonga. Is lingalonga a specifically Mormon phrase?
I don't think so.
There's
got to be churches in the Midwest
phrase?
and the South.
Hi, Ray.
That have lingalongers.
I'm just going to Google lingalonga.
A lingalonger. That's so
it's kind
fun
of a
to
fire.
say.
Okay. To remain in a place or situation for a longer time than expected, as if reluctant to leave, or to savor a moment.
Because
it does seem like... Oh, but someone... the like top 2 search results. What is lingalonga LDS?
Oh, interesting.
So I do think they've cornered the market on the lingalonga.
And it's not even like a mainstream like family church thing, right? It's like a singles word thing.
What is
mostly,
a longer?
right? A longer.
What's the difference between a linger-longer and a munch and mingle?
Ooh.
Are they interchangeable?
Well, I would say a munch and a mingle is specifically oriented around food, where a linger longer doesn't necessarily have to have food, but if you do have food, you're more likely to attract lingerers who might stay longer.
I feel like a linger longer would be when you would break the fast together after church as a congregation.
Yeah.
Maybe a munch and mingle was on like a different day.
Are we're talking specifically within the LDS
talking,
jargon.
specifically Mormon.
Gee, I don't know. It's been a minute since the singles ward.
Tana is right, actually. About what? Linger longer is an after church activity with food and refreshments.
I love to be refreshed. Anytime someone was like, care for a refreshment, I'm like, yes,
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was about to fall onto my fainting couch before you asked.
My chaise longue.
Now you've brought my chaise longue.
I've got quotes on quotes on quotes.
Hit me with your best
I don't want to become
quote.
annoying. So if you guys have any quotes,
inspire away.
Once again, if you need us to, what was the thing we were doing before where like people were kind of telling us confessions? Was it confessions or was it advice? I think it was confessions.
What are you in the mood for? Are you for confession, secrets, advice?
Confessions, advice. Oh, we'll also give you a tarot reading if you super chat us. We should do the group tarot for the week. I feel like that usually sets the tone. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking. I could share my. I have I should probably gather them into a folder, but I have some Grindr screenshots that are just I realize, it's the internet and it is Grindr.
That should be its own video.
Yeah, we should do it. Let's do it. I just can't believe the things that some human beings say to another.
Like what?
Especially having
Give
never
us
met.
one little treat of.
Oh, you'll have to. We're saving it for the video.
No, tell me one.
I literally can't think of one off the top of my head.
Okay.
I've been saving them. And you know what? I have said some terrible things on Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, I mean, I'm sexting. Yeah, it's like sexting is embarrassing the second it's over.
Oh my God.
And you're like, I should not be a sexual being, actually. It's humiliating.
But don't you feel so grateful when you think that, like, I imagine you're good at sexting. Like, I'm good at sexting. Like, as in, some people, there are so many unspoken rules with sexting,
There are. And different
not
approaches.
Everyone knows them. Different approaches.
And different styles. It's like, are you back and forthing? Is this live action? Is it just like, here's a picture, have your way with it? There's a lot that goes into.
Oh, while we're on desire, can I just do a little self-plug for my new Substack article I posted today? It's a pretty, I went pretty deep. It's called What Does Your Desire Know That You Don't? And I talked about how sometimes we're pulled down a path that is lined with red flags, knowing that it's lined with red flags because there's something in us that knows we need that experience. And I just went really deep into a lot of facets of desire and unshaming desire and getting acquainted with it after leaving Mormonism. That was kind of most of the angle, but it's applicable to everyone. So if anyone wants to go show some love on that or read it after the stream, desire. I would really appreciate it. And this is our group tarot for the week.
That made me think of Becky's song, Oh, Desire. The heart.
Yes, thank God. Ooh, I heard the quote, what we do to the earth, we do to ourselves today. And that was bomb. That is so real.
A heart full of love. I'm pulling all the tarot wrong. And I'll stop my song.
The heart, the home, the center, the throne. It is possible from an imaginal point of view to sense the heart as a place. Either we are there within the realm of expansion and compassion, or we have drifted somewhere else. Hi, Banksy. There is no in-between. It is common for us to leave this archetypal center without realizing it, as the world, with its seductive twists and turns, offers us frequent departure. We may even become a stranger to the landscape of the heart, leaving it vacant for long stretches of time. The seat of the heart is often reclaimed by nature, music, dance, and the presence of children or animals. This card encourages us to move past the layers of life's tangles and knots and enter the wild and sacred center of the self. The most precious throne in the galaxy is awaiting your return. Some say there is a cave at the center of the heart. Others say it's a pool with a flowering white lotus. Imagine yourself there. Recall the last time your heart was touched. Oh, that's a good audience question. When was the last time your heart was touched? Soak in every detail you can and feel the heart awaken. Lovely.
Beautiful. When was the last time your heart was touched?
I just had like a really good weekend having such good like heart-centered conversations, you know? It's such
Yeah, you're like, how's your aorta doing?
Yeah, exactly. Cardiovascular health. What's your resting pulse? Yeah. It just feels nice when you can like, especially when you in a couple, when you like meet couple friends and you can all just like talk for hours and the vibes are so good and you feel like you could keep talking for hours. Such a gift.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like to like double couple, I don't know. It's not always like easy to find people that you just like click with in a foursome like that.
Oh yeah. A clickable foursome it's the golden goose. It's what we're all chasing.
Josh Kim, I'm petting my cat as I watch Banksy. Which cat?
Oh.
And hi, Josh. We're so glad you're here.
Josh has been texting me about The Sopranos because
Josh was my number one source of Pope news as that was happening. Oh, I saw this really funny thing today that was like the popes have left the conclave and have entered the swimsuit portion of it. It's really funny. Kind of sad that was over so quick because it was so
they
fun when they
don't even dramatize.
I know. They should have done a swimsuit portion.
Like, did I miss the talents episode?
Everyone keeps telling me to get a cat or a dog. I live alone, so I think people worry about me. Aww. My advice, I've said this a million times to so many people. If you're going to get a cat, get 2 cats. I know that sounds like a lot. And when my friend first told me that years ago, I was like, because I had 1 cat at the time. But seriously, the difference in like the way they act is so good. Like if you have 1 cat, it like gets depressed. It gets so much less playful quickly with time once it's not a kitten and it just doesn't thrive. But having 2 cats, they keep each other young. Takes the pressure off you to entertain them so much because they play with each other. You can leave them for longer without being crippled with guilt. So I'm kind of like anti people having 1 cat. I mean, people have 1 cat and it's fine. My mom has 1 cat. It's great. He lives half outside, but I just think it makes life easier for the owner to have 2 cats.
Yeah.
And it's not double the cost. It's like 1.25 the cost. So
plus the cost you save on love.
Yeah. And being able to like stay out longer and stuff, which does become annoying with pets.
That's why I'm getting a Jaguar friend for my tiger.
Jaguar.
Yeah, they're lonely. Would you ever have a dog?
I love dogs and I'll dog sit sometimes to like make extra money and just because I love hanging out with dogs. But I feel like if I have a dog for like a week, I'm usually pretty happy when it goes. I like that having a dog forces you to like wake up in the morning, immediately get outside. Like I had a dog in the depths of winter and like I would never go outside into the snow first thing in the morning, but it does present, like it gives you opportunities to be in the world that you don't normally take. So I like that about it. But I do ultimately think having a dog seems like a lot of work. Unless you have like a big outside space where it can like run by itself and stuff.
Yeah.
What about you?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll probably ever
I could
have a
see
dog.
you having a couple of cats if
I
you
could
had
have-
like a home.
I could, yeah, maybe have a couple cats.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see someday, maybe someday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know so many wonderful cats and I'm really abundant in the cat department. I'm grateful to know many a good cat. Every cat that crosses my path is a gift from the universe, a sign of love from something.
Yeah. I really do feel like any animal I get to like connect with is like just as like significant as connecting with a human kind of thing.
Even
Quick
if
plug,
it's
if you
totally
live in the
disconnected
Salt
you
Lake
from your
area
own
and you need a
nature.
pet sitter, either for me to come to your house to look after your cats while you're gone, I'm very good at getting anxious cats to feel safe. Or if you have a dog that you need looked after, I'm available for both all the time.
I'm trying to plan a trip using the like house sitter, cat sitter service and just like stay at various places
is that
for
a
like
thing?
a week. Yeah.
So you can stay there for free, but you just cat sit. Oh
Yep.
my God.
Easy,
That's my
right?
dream.
Yeah, right?
I'm
You have to
literally a
pay
cat
like
psychic.
like $100 something for just to use the app, which is dumb,
Sure.
but
That is
then you
amazing.
can stay somewhere for free.
I have 2 kids, 2 cats, and 2 dogs. None were intentional, but the last dog. All are the greatest things in my life. That's kind of funny, like just acquiring 2 cats, 2 dogs, just unintentionally.
2 children showed up one day. You're like, you're mine now.
2 demon twins walked onto the scene, came across my desk.
Happy little accidents.
Yeah. All right, we'll do another quote. Unless you guys have any confessions or super chats you want to send our way. This one is from someone called James Hollis. I feel like I know that name from somewhere. This is from a book called Tracking the Gods, I think. We are required to accept that there is no parent to lead the way, no guru, no ideology to save us from the complexity and ambiguity of life. The measure of our personal development will hinge on 2 factors: our willingness to accept responsibility for finding our own myth. This one just made me think of our video last week. And our ability to sustain the ambiguity that always precedes a new experience of meaning. This task is critical for the health of both individual and society. That's fucking fire.
Damn.
I like come across these quotes and I'm like, I want to like do something with them. For like, I feel like we need to just do a video like with, again, just like the best content we've seen, because there's so many.
So many contents.
Good old Christian forced babies. Aha. Honestly, they're now also anti-religion, so it backfired on their religious father. Lovely.
It's probably great to have kids that like grow old and are cool and
Oh my God,
responsible
yeah.
for themselves, and you get to like hang out with them and have little fun
Yeah.
little times. That's probably awesome. That probably is one of those times where like it was all worth it.
I honestly think I'm an amazing daughter. I'm like, it would be such a, like I'm a gift to my parents. That my mom is a gift to me too, in a, bigger way. She's given more, but yeah, having kids that can like, yeah, what a beautiful kids.
Banksy, do you think you'll ever have kids? A litter of kittens? Banksy would be a good dad and a good mom. Either whatever he chooses.
But he needs to sort out the beef with Jack because it's continuing, as I've been saying.
It's a Banksy Jack-centered beef?
Yeah. Although, so Jack's basically just been like hiding all the time because they keep beefing so bad. But
you guys
like,
gotta squash this. What's wrong?
I know. But this morning, Banksy and Jack did both have a nap on the bed together. Not like together, but like that felt like a little bit of progress. Also, you didn't bring the mood down at all. I feel like that was a fun little anecdote to hear. I love when kids are anti-religion.
We don't need no thought control.
Thinks he's a Sufi, obviously.
Obviously. I've seen him whirling his dervish.
I don't know what that is.
That's where they spin to achieve an ecstatic state.
The Sufis do?
Yeah.
Can I just Google that?
Yeah.
How would you spell dervish?
I have some friends who spin.
Oh. Honestly, I relate because sometimes I'll just like spin around and get really dizzy just to feel something.
That is crazy. I would never.
You don't like being dizzy?
I hate being dizzy.
Really?
Hate being dizzy.
I feel like you've got a really good center of gravity.
Sure.
Like you're very connected to your core.
I'm not very tall, so
yeah, which probably does help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sam, that's very autistic.
Swinging can be too much for me too.
Sam, that's very autistic, the spinning around thing.
Loving to spin?
The case is building. We asked our patrons and all the autistic people said, yeah, I think you have it. But I pay no mind to diagnoses of any kind.
I trust the group of viewers more than I would trust.
It was interesting how we were like autistic people on our Patreon, which there are many. We seem to attract a lot of autistic people to our channel, which makes me really happy.
And to our lives.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, like sometimes I'll think about like the people I'm most drawn to spend time with, and I'm like, all of them are probably on the spectrum in the best possible way.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely interesting. Like I sort of threw it out there like as a bit of a joke on our Patreon, and then all the autistic people being like, yep. Who knows though? Who knows about anything like that?
Some people do, and you can pay to get an evaluation.
Pay? When someone doesn't trust themselves to set boundaries from an inner compass, then they are more likely to be triggered and disregard the boundaries of those they love. Boundaries look selfish to those who don't have the capacity to see how harmful shame is to our relationships.
Damn.
Shifting from being a person of shoulds to a person of boundaries is a process, and we do it imperfectly. We learn over time to notice where we're shaming our desires. That comes back to my Substack. That's from this woman called Britton Rue, who does that like form of astrology where it's like we all contain the 12 signs.
We surely do.
We surely do. I keep having small things I find out are autistic traits, like that I walked on my toes all the time as a child. Is that an autistic trait? That's fun.
Walking on your toes.
What does that even... I used to do that a lot because my friends were ballet dancers and I just wanted to feel something.
Feel autism? Is that what you wanted to feel?
I just wanted to feel autism. I would like tuck my toes under the way you would in a point shoe and like train, which is not good for you.
But now you move with the effortless grace of a Parisian swan.
It's so funny how much I know it's just because I'm obnoxious, but people compliment my dancing all the time.
Yeah.
They really do.
They do.
It's crazy. But it's kind of like if you're wearing a bold red lip, people are like, you're rocking a bold red lip. It's like,
or if you're just a guy with any kind or condition of nails. Like, I love your nails.
Love your nails. Yeah.
Do you guys love my nails? They're not just black. They have a little teal on them.
My gabapentin from last night is wearing off because I'm starting to feel the bed bugs creeping back into my awareness.
How has having bed bugs changed you as a person?
Honestly, I've never experienced itchiness like this in my life. Like last night, oh, it was crazy. I like made a baking soda paste because it was getting so bad, and I didn't have any of the things that they say to put on it, like hydrocortisone. So I put this baking soda paste on, which they said would help the itching. I swear it just made it worse. So then I'm like manically washing that off, and I'm frantically like just like was so desperate for a solution because I was starting to scratch, and you know, the more you scratch, the worse the itch gets. And then I just had a light bulb moment of like my shingles medication, and then I Googled whether that would work, and it said it would. So I was like, oh, thank God. But how has it changed me as a person? I mean, it's made me realize that bed bugs can happen to anyone, because this was a really nice Airbnb. I know. And I had bed bugs like 10 years ago in my first little like shitty married apartment. And luckily we were about to move out of the apartment once we discovered them. But I'd been getting bitten, I think, for like a week and just thinking it was bugs, like regular bugs. But we had them bad. Like when we looked at our like sheets, we were like, whoa, there's like so much evidence of them, which it wasn't like this in the Airbnb. But luckily we were just about to move.
Little buildings and stuff. They've colonized.
Yeah. So you remember how like I lived in that like kind of shitty apartment. It wasn't that bad, but like in Logan. And then we moved into like more of like the luxury complex type one. And luckily the bed bug thing happened like 2 days before. So we stayed in a hotel for a night to get away from the bed bugs. And then thankfully we were moving in like August. So we put all of our stuff into a car and we left the car just like burning in the hot sun for like 4 hours. And then we didn't have any bed bug problems when we moved. Which like the car thing is actually a really good hack if you have bed bugs. Like it was lucky that we were moving though, because if we weren't like that, you know, how would that have worked? But yeah, we just like a car in the summer in 100 degrees will get to like 130. So all the bed bugs got killed off and then we were fine. But it's crazy because I just kind of thought I'd never deal with bed bugs again. And my friend Stephanie was like, that's one of my biggest fears. And I hadn't even thought to have it as a fear. And now I'm like, no, bed bug. Actually having them in your home.
I do not want to be infected with bed bugs. It feels like once they're there, I would never get them out.
That's the thing. I don't know how you get them out because they Tana, stop.
I can't. I feel like itchy.
Horrible. No.
Maybe
it's not right. I'm a survivor and you're treating me badly.
You've relapsed.
Oh, the vet gave my cats meat flavored gabapentin to take for a long car ride. Yeah, I have given my gabapentin to my cats when we first moved in here. And there was like introducing new cats to each other. I like looked up the dosage that vets give cats and like I did it all in a safe way. But yeah, gabapentin, good medication. Glad it exists.
Now, Gabby Penton, she ran the Student Reporters Union. I don't know. Gabby Penton.
Have you done any improv lately or comedy stuff coming up?
Yeah. I've done a little comedy lately. Yeah. Been doing a little stand-up, little improv, little MCing.
Oh, Oh, you perfect MC.
I'm probably going to do, I'm doing an ex-Mormon show on Pioneer Day. Mark your calendars. I have a meeting about it tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And need to text some people back.
Are you going to have
This isn't the only place I owe chores to.
Yeah. You're editing your masterpiece. You're sleeping on your other masterpieces. Yeah, we gotta lift the channel up this month because it's just crazy how it, like, when your income is dependent on, you know, stuff like that, how just from one month to the next, it's like, wow.
Think about
whole different landscape.
Maybe publishing some alpha content to like help you treat the soft animal of your body with kindness. True alphas know the value of self-love and care. You know, things like that.
Yeah. We just got to be more prolific.
More prolific. Okay.
That's one of my goals for the year.
A little bit more. How does one become more prolific?
I heard a quote that really like changed my mindset the other day that said, it was talking to
Prolificity
poets.
is not a...
What?
No, go on.
No, that sounded good. I can't remember who said it, but they were talking about poetry and they were like, when you're writing a poem, like God gives you one line and then you have to do the work to fill in the rest. And I was like, that is actually so true. And I can see in myself how much I'll have like an idea for a banging Substack post, for example, and I'll have like one bit of it, like will just come to me and I'm like, yes. But then I'm like, oh, but what would the rest even be? Like, it's like, if it doesn't come to me, I see myself kind of just neglecting it when it's like, no, Sam, fill in the rest, do it. Like that's, you got to put in the work.
Creativity really is so fun because you set out thinking it's about doing something or making something or creating something kind of out of the ether. But really it ends up being like a process of discovery and unearthing. And, you know, there's like
carving away everything that is
didn't,
not the Substack post.
Yeah. Connections you didn't know would be made that would jump out.
And sometimes you make a connection and you're like, huh, how interesting that my brain went from that to that. I should probably dig into that. That leap of ideas is fascinating. Also, it's Mary Oliver, that thing I just said. That awesome. Makes so much sense.
Or you write your novel and turns out it's already been written before and you're like, shit.
Like how I came up with the plot of Divergent.
Wait, his name's Stanley Yelnats? Divergent, you came up with that?
As a kid, I was writing this book. I was a teenager. I was writing this book that was essentially the plot of Divergent. Like there were like 4 types of like people that you would get categorized as, like either like a thinker or like a beauty person. I can't remember what the categories were, but it's like basically the plot of Divergent where they just like, yeah, anyway. But I didn't finish my book. So that's like what Elizabeth Gilbert talks about in Big Magic, that if you have a lot of the time, the idea's in the zeitgeist and someone will write the exact same thing as you. It's kind of freaky how that can happen in such specific ways sometimes.
Yeah. 2 roads really diverged in a yellow wood.
They
and
really do be
took
divergent.
The one less divergent.
Yeah.
And in some ways, more divergent, perhaps the internet would say.
Yeah. The world's on fire, but I'm looking forward to all the incredible art that's about to happen. Yes.
My brain is so rotted. I heard my world's on fire, and I know you said it in a normal tone, but I heard it in the Shrek soundtrack. What's the my world's on fire?
I don't remember that.
How about yours? That's the way I like it, and I'll never get bored.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
Hey now,
but I
you're
love
an
Shrek.
all-star. What are you talking about? You get your game on.
Okay.
Go play.
I guess I don't know the lyrics of that song as well as you.
No, you know, not a lot of people do. You think you do because you've heard it a million times, and then you get up to do karaoke, and you're learning them all for the first time.
Would be so interesting if you did a video about why you think it is that cults and high control religions really blossom in America more so than any other country. Oh, I got some ideas about that. I mean, I do think America is more religious and
built by Puritan radical fundamentalists.
Right.
That's how it all kind of started.
And I think America, like, what's the best way to explain this? Americans just have more of like an intense story structure in their psyches. Like Americans are really like I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like my time in England, people are a bit more like content to be average. Maybe that's like because it's more collectivist as a culture. I feel like because Americans are more individualist, a lot of the time they want a more sexy story or like a bigger story. And cults often give people like a bigger story. You know, you're part of the bigger thing. Whereas I feel like Europeans are a lot more skeptical of that because they don't necessarily aspire to that in the same way. Like I think the American psyche is much more primed for like more intense ideologies, or these, you know, like the good versus evil, like the very like all or nothing.
Who said like every American views themselves as a temporarily embarrassed millionaire?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And a little quote from a little show I like to call The Sopranos, talking about this like Russian woman. She's like, Americans are the only ones who expect to be happy, and they're always disappointed. It's like everyone else has kind of just like made their peace with life, and
like the best
is like working through it, versus like Americans who are constantly like self-analyzing and you know, expecting something more. And you know, I don't think healthcare isn't that big of an expectation. I think we could do that.
No,
I think we could pull that off.
I also think there's economic reasons why people would be more drawn to certain ideologies that give life more sparkle.
And cults specifically, like other countries might have, you know, more religion in them. Like Brazil was probably more religious than America, in my experiences of those countries, which are both these countries, which are really limited. But I think with cults specifically, cults give you like a sense of specialness, and religions can too. Because you know they're just like downstream of a cult. It's not as new and sexy. Where like if you're getting on the ground floor of a cult, you're gonna get some big feelings.
Exactly. We just heard the gorgeous Venmo super chat ding. Woo. First one of the stream. Hi Emily, thank you so much for being here. Yay live. Sorry about the bugs.
Oh,
thank you. Your money makes my itches lessen in importance.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
appreciate it. Are you watching The Righteous Gemstones?
I never got into Righteous Gemstones. I see the appeal.
I can see why you don't.
Yeah, right.
What's his name? Danny McBride seems like more loud and gory than you would like.
I really love how you can always like understand when I don't like something, like what it is about it that I wouldn't like.
He loves gore. Like he loves just the adding that to comedy.
I don't remember. I think I watched like 2 or 3 episodes. I think it's just it felt like quite a masculine show as well.
Definitely.
But I love the premise. Like I wish there was like a more like deadpan version, like sort of a lower key version of
the
that
British,
kind of
the British version.
Like the British Office, yeah.
The Royal Gemstones.
Even though the American Office is superior, I still think, that kind of vibe. Oh, I wish Canada had Venmo, but I just became a Patreon. Becoming a Patreon is like, that's the best possible thing you could do.
Yeah, with your one wild and precious life.
Wild and precious life. What Patreons will you join in your one wild and precious life?
Oh, the patrons you'll join. Hacks, we got a new
I'm
episode.
loving
Hacks
the new season. I need more Jimmy and Kayla though.
Yeah.
I always want more Jimmy and Kayla.
She had a line in the last one that made me laugh so much. She's so good.
Also, I want the Hasidic Jew assistant to come back. I thought maybe they only just did that for 1 episode, but it was so good.
Oh yeah. It's so good.
So good.
Thankfully, in trying times, we sometimes also get really good TV.
Also, Ava is looking gorgeous this season.
Hannah Einbinder,
she looks so pretty.
Perfect.
They kind of made her kind of more of like that she was supposed to look like a normal person in the first season, but this season you're just like, that is a gorgeous movie star.
Yeah, and her personality is great. Her special.
Oh,
have you watched it?
I feel like I didn't like it.
Oh.
Or did I even? I haven't watched it, but
Maybe
did I try and
watch
watch it?
I feel like if
you think I would
like
like
it? Yeah.
Okay, then I probably haven't watched it then.
She's great.
I think for some reason I thought you had told me that her stand-up wasn't good, or someone had told me that.
No, I loved it.
Okay, well I trust you. I'm so silly excited for Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. It's always so unhinged. When is that back? Is it back yet?
I keep getting ads for
when
it.
When is Secret Lives of?
If we had half a mind, we would parody.
15th. Wait.
We had half a mind.
I've got half a mind.
Well, I've got half a mind, and if we have 2 halves of our mind, who's flying the plane? Are you watching the rehearsal?
Of course I'm watching the rehearsal. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Also, do you think we don't have to talk about all our TV shows,
I
but
loved catching up on our
I'm
TV
always like,
shows.
oh, only like 5% of people will be watching that specific show, so it's probably boring.
If you're not watching The Rehearsal, what are you doing
yeah,
here?
no, you should watch The Rehearsal season 1 and season 2 immediately.
I love what a just malevolent theater kid he is. Just
Nathan.
a menace.
Yeah, he is a menace.
And an imp and such a delightful.
Also,
and I love that he's not just being channeled into.
Yeah.
He's being directed into some good intent, noble intentions.
And
otherwise
the way
he'd
that
just be so
if somebody says like one slightly weird thing, he will pull at that thread so hard. I'm like, that's my worst nightmare, having someone that pulls at threads like that.
I was like, I've never seen someone use curiosity as such a weapon.
Yeah. Oh my God. Curiosity is a weapon. Can curiosity go too far?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, he knows that people will just say the darndest things and he can just ask and they know that they are being recorded and they can just say whatever. But I'm like, do people...
I always want to know.
He's like, a jaded reality TV exec. He knows what he's doing.
But with The Rehearsal, I'm like, you never know who's an actor. Like, I'm like, is the main guy that they were trying to get dates this week? I'm like, he could be an actor for all we know.
Mooney?
Is his name Mooney?
I've seen him on TikTok. He seems
the pilot, the younger
autistic
pilot,
the younger pilot whose girlfriend gets gifts.
No, not that one. The pilot that he was. Did you watch the newest episode?
Yes.
Where he was like having him practice.
At first look, I nailed that guy. I was like, I know exactly who this guy is.
Yeah,
I bet you he's got a shamanic drum and he's pulling up to drum circle and he's like the whitest guy you've ever known, but he collects artifacts from across the world, kind of an anthropologist type. Sure enough. I don't think he's an actor, but it could be. Maybe he's. TV. Yeah, we can stop talking about the rehearsal.
Sorry, guys. Tell us what you want us to talk about, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to talk about Nathan Fielder, I guess. What a card!
I love the arc of his career, though. I really do.
Yeah, he's done some things,
and
everything
Bernie. Welcome
he
to
does
the set.
Just gets better and bigger, and a rare treat.
Yeah,
our friend. Bernald. Bernald Sanders. The one and only. No one's ever had that name, nor will.
His dreams of becoming Pope crushed again.
Yet again.
Did you see that Veronica is cool video that she made where she was trying to become the Pope?
I didn't realize so many of us were trying to get in there.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Did you all watch Gilmore Girls? No, we are still going to watch Gilmore Girls.
Yeah. Waiting for my next sick / for The Sopranos to end.
Oh, Bernie is so beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen him before. Aww.
Wait, what? Oh,
Bernie.
Lucky. Yeah, he's a cutie.
Come here. Come show off. He really is so lovely.
Well.
Chill. Wait, what is this? I've never seen that before. Member for 1 month. What is that? Is that like if you're a member, you can like send a message and it will come up. It will be like highlighted like a super chat. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Would love to hear more of your psychedelic experiences.
Psychedelic. What kind? The first, the most traumatic,
yeah,
the scariest, the funnest.
LDS to LSD video. And then we have our one where we took gas station mushrooms, which is one of the videos that keeps doing really well over time. That video is like single-handedly upholding our channel sometimes. And member milestone, how cute. And also congrats. And that's fun.
We did recently get to 50K. We didn't really celebrate publicly, but we could have.
Yeah.
It's fun and arbitrary little.
It is arbitrary because it's like really on YouTube, your views are what matter. But it still like looks cool to have 50 subscribers. I would love to get the 1,000 subscribers plaque one day, considering we've been at this.
Could you imagine getting a plaque?
Could you fucking imagine?
Wow.
Oh,
it's been so long since I've been
100,000. Like, what would we have to do? Like, what? We'd have to just make the type of we know the type of content that does really well. It's like reacting to Paula Morgan and. It's like you have to react to other people with followings.
I knew you were going to say work. It couldn't be something fun like witchcraft or like do a little ceremony on the crossroads at midnight of the harvest moon. Like it's never that. It's always like do more work.
Yeah, the work of reacting to Christian influences. I know you're not talking about this. However, I get so angry / annoyed that people I know that are Mormons cannot discuss anything but faith promoting Mormon stuff. That's an intense level of Mormonism when people genuinely can't talk about anything outside of it.
Yeah,
That was a little bit me,
That's a
but
lot of them.
not all the way.
It's like everything kind of has to fit into that little box, or it's either just like, or
you will get there in no time, guys. I mean, there is a case to be made for like YouTube growth is exponential, but I'm like,
yeah,
well, we've been doing this for a long time, so it kind of just feels like, well, who knows?
Who knows?
We do need to figure out what like regular main channel edited videos we want to do soon, though, because I feel like we're
going to do a second interview with Dan McClellan. He told us he'd come on.
When though? That's like August at least.
Summertime.
Yeah.
So look forward to some great content coming to you this summer.
Yeah.
And in the meantime,
these live streams.
Yep.
We should do a video. Are you free this week to do a video where it's like these TikToks will change your life?
Like Friday?
Yeah. Just switched our days around, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Banksy. Also,
he's so content.
Bernie is using the laptop as a cheek scratching pad. Oh, and he looks like he's becoming slightly irate. And he's ready to burn this whole stream to the ground.
Mad at the cruel world that isn't everything he desires it to be. So he'll burn it down.
Are you still friends with the Mormon Stories creator? John? Yeah.
John Dellen?
John Dellen. We love John. We love Margie. I love Gerardo, the whole Mormon Stories team. I wonder if they'll invite me back to react to Mormon Wives season 2, because that was really.
I wonder if they'll ever invite me. If I was a professional at anything, if I gave the slightest hint of professionalism.
It's not even that. It's because I'm annoying and I just like text John a lot and bug him. So then eventually he's like, yeah, she's probably free. And I am usually free.
Not me. I've got homework. I've got chores. I've got channel chores.
You're really behind on your channel chores. Whatever support you guys can give Tanner to encourage him to do his channel chores.
We're gonna have to start instituting punishments. I'm gonna have to get my wrists swatted for get Chibusio'd.
Chibusio.
We've talked about that.
I haven't heard that word that much in my life, and it triggered something in me. There's words that are just fundamentally funny.
Yeah, and that one really funny, especially when it's being screamed by 10, 20-year-old boys who are about to whack each other with a spatula. It's great.
Horrible. Can you explain what the whole ordeal about baptizing Holocaust victims is about? As a Jew, that's so offensive and incomprehensible. It sure is. Yep. It's just Mormons extending their grubby little fingers in pies that aren't theirs. But I mean, I guess from a Mormon perspective, it's like, well, they obviously think it's real. And they're like, well, they'll have a chance to accept or reject it. So it's like they're not in the Mormon paradigm. The Jewish people aren't being forced to become Mormon, but it's also like, but if they say no, they'll also won't get to the celestial kingdom. So
it's like everybody who's going to go to heaven has to be baptized. So we're just giving them the opportunity because they may not have heard the good word here in the mortal realm.
Yeah.
So they do it, for and in behalf, and you can say yes or no, but we are going to do it for you.
It's so weird.
Which is why Stephen Colbert, for and in behalf, vicariously circumcised all dead Mormons.
But they were Jewish before their lives were being taken. So what's the point? Well, because Mormons believe that you can accept, if you didn't get a chance to hear the gospel in this life, you can accept it in the next life. But someone has to baptize you for you to get that chance. So again, to be kind of like as generous as possible to Mormons, which I obviously don't support this. Like in their minds, they're like, they are trying to save people. Ugh. Sam, are you going to do a Mormon Stories episode for the new season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? If everyone could just like comment on the Mormon Stories channel anytime you're there saying like, bring Sam back on. John's really responsive to that. He responds well to pressure. It's so frustrating. I've been told I'm full of contention and contention is of the devil. That chestnut. Even when I'm being as nice as possible.
Yep.
That's
how it goes.
Yeah. We're going to do this whether you like it or not. You can choose to accept it later, says the abuser to a victim. Yeah.
And what's fucked up too is that they've also baptized for the dead Hitler and various Nazis. So they're like, we're just going to force all y'all into the same room and get along together.
I'm like, listen, I get that maybe Hitler didn't get a chance to hear the Mormon gospel, but I'm like, surely the earth life as a testing ground has to mean something. Like, if you can do that and then just kind of like repent, and then I'm like, come on, what's the point of any of this?
That was definitely a thought experiment given by a seminary teacher.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
like, could you accept that? Could you accept Jesus's love that even someone like Hitler could share heaven with you? And I was like, I can't accept that. Now, if I ever masturbate, I will be cut off from my family forever.
That's the fucked up thing. I think I have always had an easy. I feel like I can really forgive people easily. That's always been just a part of me. If they're like truly repentant and sorry and have changed, but it's like unfortunately, what you sort of realize as you get older is that someone at the level of Hitler. It's also, I feel like you're not supposed to say that word on the internet. So let's maybe be careful, because people always, but maybe it's TikTok.
No. It's just like a cliche. It's just
no. But like people on TikTok won't say the word because it will get their video censored. But I don't think that would happen here. But anyway, I just feel like as you get older, you realize that people some people change and grow, but like people kind of don't. Like if you're someone like Hitler, you like really back yourself forever in what you do, which is like so fucked up.
Doesn't matter how many affirmations he's doing.
Yeah, it's almost like the more fucked up stuff you do, the more, because it's like the psychological profile of someone that would do those things is someone who doesn't ever feel like to blame, and also like it's unlikely they would ever be repentant. Ooh, thoughts on Rachel Parcell and the whole Mormon influencer bubble? They're not even modest or seem to fully follow the rules. I haven't heard the name Rachel Parcell in ages. She's just like a Mormon fashion like blogger type person that I used to watch. The Mormon bloggers have never really done the garment thing. I'm sort of indifferent to it. When I was a Mormon, I was like, that's hypocritical and kind of not cool. And now I'm just like, good for them, I guess. Or I think the justification a lot of the time is like, well, it's kind of like fashion blogging is sort of like modeling, which is a job, and you're sort of like allowed to wear, like if you're a gymnast, you're allowed to wear the gymnast costume. Bernie, you're kind of, he's playing with the spaceman.
I love when he makes set adjustments.
I know, just moving the light around with his little cheek.
The aesthetic here leaves something to be desired.
He really is lovely, though.
Well, that's my sign for my first bathroom.
No! Sam, are you thinking of moving to the UK? This is like the bane of my life right now. So I would not necessarily prefer to move because I like my life here. I obviously work with Tana and love doing this, and I love where I live and I love Utah. But I just feel like the way that like America is going government wise, like I don't know that my status as an immigrant is like is what it used to. Like I feel like I'm like vulnerable basically being a green card holder. Because the administration has like talked about how like basically the president has the right to like remove any immigrant if they don't like their speech, which I think is like kind of like trying to be careful in how I talk about this, but that's obviously scary for someone who like earns a living speaking about especially the type of stuff we talk about. So I'm like feeling this pressure to move back to England, especially I don't even want to like get into it that much. I did like a video on my Patreon crying and talking about this, and I'll probably do more there. But so I've been like, me and Jared have basically been trying to figure out how he can get a visa. So basically in the UK, you don't have to be married to get a visa. Like the unmarried partner visa is identical to the spouse visa. But the biggest thing we've run into is it's not like America. So in America, you can just get married and then you get a green card, essentially. But in the UK, they have really strict income requirements. So because the income requirement is like £29,000, which I think is like $38,000. And because I'm self-employed and like, obviously you have a lot of like deductibles that you write off a lot of things when you're self-employed. Like my income after deductibles like didn't meet the threshold last year, basically. And it's also really hard to get a visa when you're self-employed. Like you just have to jump through so many hoops that I just don't think me and Tana have like the type of business where we'd be able to like jump through those hoops. So yeah, I don't know. I just like, I don't know what to do about it. Jared has been applying for welding jobs in the UK because the UK does have a shortage of welders. So it seems like the easiest path is going to be him getting a skilled worker visa. And then once you're in the UK, you can, on a skilled worker visa, then we could switch over to the unmarried partner visa. Oh, but it's all just like a nightmare. Or the other way you can do it is like prove that you have $116,000 to your name that you've held for more than 6 months. So, always open to being given $116,000 by a benevolent billionaire, Mark Cuban, if you're watching. We're big fans. But yeah, so it all feels scary, and it's a weird one because I don't want to get like lulled into a false sense of security. Like I want to sort of stay on it with trying to figure out how to go home, because it doesn't seem likely that things are going to turn around for immigrants, because that's obviously like a big focus of this administration. But yeah, it's a constant source of stress for me. And it's also just stressful because it's like still stressful just trying to like work and pay bills right now. Like that's like its own beast that is already like takes up a lot of emotional bandwidth to a certain extent.
Especially if you got coworkers who aren't pulling their weight.
I know, especially when they won't do their tasks. Yeah. I think I'm going to do a campaign to get Mark Cuban to give me the visa money. He seems like a really nice guy.
I'm like, listen, shark.
The UK has been a bit fascist lately too. All the parties are working together to hate on queer folk. It's scary where things are going. Yeah, like a lot of countries are facing the wrath of like right-wing media, the engine, But it's like in the UK, I wouldn't be a target in a way. Like I would be safer in the UK than here. So yeah, that's kind of the thing. It scares me to think that I know because of your skin color, you should be safe. Well, I think that like can buy you time, but I think in a regime where they like don't want people speaking out against the administration, I think it just buys you time. But it's like at this point, like green card holders just like aren't as safe as they used to be. Like white people like me are also getting put in detention, which is hell. It's like worse than prison in a lot of cases. And yeah. So I'm safe in the sense that like I can walk down the street and I'm not going to get like targeted, if you know what I mean, which I'm grateful for. But like, yeah, I have a business. My job is like speaking, and a lot of the stuff we speak about. Like I just saw a video from this journalist called Taylor Lorenz who was talking about how in Texas right now there's a bill going through that's going to basically like criminalize people speaking about abortion online in certain ways. So yeah, so I want to stop talking about this, but please join our Patreon if you want to support us. It's a scary time.
I want to go to Vancouver so bad. People throwing Canada out in the chat.
I looked up Canada as an option, but it's harder for British people to get a Canadian visa, especially if you're a low budget YouTuber. Like it's...
They're not Canada's not clamoring for content creators.
I know.
Sorry for the alliteration. That one wasn't even intended. It's just who I am at this point. Well, that's really sad. France. Yeah. We would
finally
love to come
a reason
to France.
To put my French minor to good use. I would like that. But that's what's so annoying, because England left the EU. So now it's like all these countries I used to have the option to just live in completely without any, Jared, I still would have to deal with the Jared piece. I mean, that's the piece with all of this. But like,
he ain't union. He's not European EU.
But that's crazy though, that like British people just gave up the right to live in any European country. Like I could just live in France live and work in France. No visa required. Like, oh, crazy to me.
I want to flee to Amsterdam.
If you're coming here because you're not safe down there, we are offering asylum. Is that Canada? But I feel like to get asylum, you'd have to be like, yeah, it's not just like the average person can just go claim asylum in Canada right now because they're American. Like that's not the way that this is. Can we move on? Please, can we move on?
We can move on. I do want to get to Vancouver. Just want to visit the Netherlands in general, hear great things. And really gay friendly. So important these days. I also hear that Nepal is really queer friendly.
Where's Nepal?
Nepal is in the Himalayan mountains.
Is that like India?
Yeah, right by India.
Yeah.
Hannah, can you say more about the music
I do
video
love
you
Paris.
just filmed? Yes, I can.
It's brilliant. It looks as good as like a HBO show like Euphoria. Like the cinematography is masterful.
Damn. Well, it's a song called Don't You Worry. And it started out, I was like really depressed and I couldn't do anything. This was a few years back and was just feeling really despondent. And then I was ordered like a, Beyond Burger or something and was dipping some fries into some fry sauce. And I got this little ditty about fry sauce in my head.
Aww.
So I was like, fuck it. Like life is so meaningless. I'll make a little song about fry sauce. So I started making a song about fry sauce, but then quickly realized there was a lot more that needed to come out and kind of became,
Fry sauce is like a doorway.
Fry sauce is a doorway. The absurd is the doorway to the divine, actually. And that is what you will discover watching this music video. And then I did, for the shoot, I did like the theme is like kind of fallen angel vibe. So I built some wings and did some shooting this last weekend, used a 360 camera to get some like really cool, trippy visual shots, ran around downtown. The security guard at the gateway told us that I had to leave because they have a strict no service policy. You can't be there without a shirt, and wings don't count as a shirt. That's what I said.
Wings should count as a shirt.
I was like, that's how many straps you have to have till it's a shirt. But then he came up to us afterward and was like, hey, just so you know, that's not me. Like, I love art. Like, I'm a big fan of art. Have you seen the movie Terrified? You remind me of that movie. Or Terrifier. He's like, do you love gore? And I was like, no. And he goes, you need to see Terrifier 2. It's so gory.
Well, you need to see Paddington 2, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, even those whose jobs force them to hate art can still connect with it in their heart. And that's what I learned shooting this music video. And I think that's what you'll learn through this music video. Did I mention that we shot at the Clubhouse, at Clubhouse on South Temple, which is like a historic building. It was the first ever women's club this side of the Mississippi.
Cool.
So it goes way back. It's like Utah or the West's oldest film photography studio, like red light photography. It's like an auditorium for beautiful performances, then also a full-on recording studio that you can rent out down there.
Okay, did you know Terrified solidified Prue's fear of clowns? It's clown related. I don't want to become scared of clowns because we're very pro clown on this channel.
I mean, I am scared of clowns. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm pro jaguar, but I'm also terrified of jaguars. With great power comes great responsibility.
So it's like, yeah, a clown can obviously go in a lot of directions.
Clowns who have clowned too hard can sometimes, lose it a bit.
Yeah.
And that's when, do you remember the great clowndemic of like the
but I think I was in England for that. But I remember vaguely like people talk, but it was like an American thing. Like Americans were having like clown incidents.
We were having clown incidents. And we haven't stopped. The clowns have taken over.
Clowning too close to the sun.
No, honestly, our claymation episode about mimes has fundamentally changed my perception of the arts and performance and clowning in general.
I'm like, wow,
miming really is the seat of all performance. Like just to be able to express without words, just in body language, the most basic. Incredible.
I'm still so devastated that we lost our newest episode of Claymation Podcast, and we need to do that again this week.
Oh my God. I'm going to get kicked out of this.
Yeah, we need to just like dial in for like a month so I can.
We're dialing.
Also, if you just got to the stream, we are currently trying to manifest our dream pairs of clown shoes. So if you have any clown shoes just kind of sitting in your basement that you don't wear, or you want to fund clown shoes for us, or you know a guy, just clown shoe related stuff, keep your ears to the ground.
I got an idea.
What?
I'm going to do it for another video. Now I just got the video fever. I just want to do fun videos.
Yeah, we should. The reason we don't a lot of the time is because sometimes fun videos can take a ton of time and bring in no money.
That's so
and we're
true.
just trying to, like, a lot of the time, we're just trying to reach like a basic baseline that we're still, it's such a, I don't want to keep complaining about this job because I love doing YouTube and I'm very grateful for our Patreon community. And I can't wait till Tana makes the thumbnail for the finale so that we can advertise it and do it next week. It's going to be brilliant.
It will be very fun.
And then we
very
can
worth
start
the
doing
wait.
other Patreon stuff that is not tennis shoes among the Nephites, because not everyone wants to join our Patreon for such a niche series.
We should watch Twilight soon.
We should watch Twilight.
We could do it in the Mormon Stories studio. Let's text John.
Yeah.
And say, can we use your studio, please?
The Venmo fairy. What was
the Venmo fairy has rung.
Oh my God. Thank you
happy
to
songs.
Rabina, I remember that name from previous streams. Clown Shoe Fund.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Next, we'll have little noses. I mean, big noses.
Lindsay, I joined the Patreon for a niche series. Yay.
Well, this one is niche. There's no doubt about it.
Can't believe it's coming to an end.
Mormon Narnia. Wow.
Mormon Narnia.
It's like we just entered the portal.
Yeah, it's like Jim just had his first kiss and now he's all grown up and leaving the portal. And in the real world, it's going to be 2 more years till he can have a kiss again because he won't have the Mormon Narnia loophole.
Yeah, so true. I wish I had the Mormon Narnia loophole. I got the Gordon B. Hinckley block, which was like, don't date before your mission.
The lock your heart talk.
Yeah.
Oh, that single-handedly ruined my Mormon missionary relationship, I swear. But he was right to lock his heart from me because I was a menace.
I think I'm entering my menace era. I'm ready to be a menace.
I mean a menace in terms of anxious attachment, unfortunately. But yes, it is time.
No, been there.
Yeah. Well, that series. Things are said in those books that confused the fuck out of me when I was 12. Yeah.
Well, wait till they confuse the heck out of you now. It's even more fun as an adult. Again, absurdity as the portal to the divine.
Yes.
And Chris has really taken us there, even notwithstanding his best efforts.
Yeah. What else have I got in the deck?
In the old deck.
Oh.
You got cash in the bank. That's what you got.
Cash in the bank from Ray, our favorite longtime stream supporter. Thank you so much, Ray. We love you. Okay.
I'd be nothing without you. Well, I juggle, so I'm onto my clowning.
You are a really good juggler.
I'm not a really good juggler,
You're not
but
as
I
good
do
as
juggle.
Drew.
Drew is a good juggler. What are you offering clowning wise?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're just kind of dressed for the job you want.
I dance really wide. I really use my wingspan.
Oh yeah, the Gemini way.
Yeah.
You've got to have those.
I'm not one of
arms.
those like clowns that stays in the box. I'm not a mime that stays in the glass box, basically.
No.
Also, Andrew Craig, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for the super chat. Do you guys have a Dropout subscription? We don't. What's that?
Sure don't.
Also, I read.
Is that like Dropout comedy? Is that what we're talking about?
Andrew is writing a like a
book.
Mormon parody, and it's actually really fun. I read some of it, but I need to finish it.
Hell yeah.
Thank you to we've been streaming for ages and now I feel like the super chat started raining down. Thank you to August, who has a cat that looks like Banksy in their profile picture. Fry sauce is a doorway to the divine.
It really
Maybe that's
is.
the title of this stream.
Yeah, I think it is.
Fry sauce is a portal to the divine.
Bed bugs to hell, fry sauce to heaven.
Yeah.
If you don't deserve us at our bed bugs bits, then you're never gonna love us. So how does that go?
I got another quote from a Substacker called Gabe. Should I read it?
Yeah, a quote from a Gabe I'll never turn down.
I love a Gabe. This is, well, I feel like this is just like in line with a lot of the stuff we've been talking about lately, and obviously the ContraPrince conspiracy video, which if you haven't seen it after this stream, you should watch it. Gabe KS on Substack. I've never heard this word, the libidinal drive,
like libido.
libidinal drive behind most of today's conspiracy theories is a basic egoic desire to be smarter and more well-informed than everyone else, to see oneself as uniquely possessed of secret wisdom and therefore superior to common people. If we lived in a culture where the mystery was alive and celebrated, both ritualistically and on the mundane, everyday level, most of these belief systems would collapse. This is something we talked about again in our Americans Leaving Religion video. That video was so deep. I really liked where we took that. If we received more consistent affirmation of our worth outside of our ability to be better and smarter than other people, most of these belief systems would collapse. I do think that's also a component, as we said, of like the American psyche, is that like Americans feel like they have to be like better than others to be like okay. Whereas in my experience, English people are more like almost like they want to fit in more basically, and there's not the same drive. Thank you to the Church of Corey Horse, sick name. Love my Zelf crew, don't quit, clowning around. Exmo Joe. Exmo Joe.
Yeah, of the Cora Horror.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Lovely to have you here.
Good to see you, Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
My cat's name is Pooh Bear. He does look like Banksy, only fluffier. Damn, Banksy is a fluffier version of you.
Banksy's. You want to trade? Just kidding. No, we would never trade you.
We wouldn't. Could you do a video about how Mormons try to influence pop culture as a whole? Do they? I mean, they do, but how?
They do. Mormons have such an interesting relationship with pop culture because on the one hand, they've got this like, the world is evil and corrupt and fallen and run by evil Hollywood Democrat elites. And then also the like, we use the arts as a way of proselytizing and shining our light before men that they may see our good works and glorify our Father which is in heaven.
And Mormons are amazing at the arts in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they built dance halls in Utah before they built hospitals.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, a dance hall was one of the first buildings built in Salt Lake City.
Wow. Was there some sinister reason for that, I wonder?
I mean, they were just... I mean, it was a sex cult at the time.
Right. So,
but
every sex cult
even outside of the sex cult of it, I think Mormons do just have an appreciation for dance. You know, they're different than some of the other sects of the time. Some were super into dancing, like the Shakers, but others were like no dancing at all, very footloose, which was also shot in Utah. But I'd say Mormons are less like on the whole dancey as a regular part of the culture, but I'd say they still have a strong dance like heritage and culture. Like the dance program at BYU is really widely known and
my friend Whitney
really
did
good.
that. When I think of Mormons and dancing, though, I typically think of like the ballroom dancing and a lot of repressed gay men ballroom dancing.
Yeah,
and they're brilliant. They're brilliant. Good, yeah. They put it all onto the ballroom dance floor.
They do, and then like the youth, they get to go to, they have dances and things.
Yeah.
EFY and whatnot.
It's crazy that, is this a shirt that you'd be able to wear with garments now? I think
you could, yeah.
But my first Mormon dance that I went to that I wasn't even a member, they made me change my shirt because it had like a little slit that showed like this amount of shoulder.
Wow. You and Renee Zellweger.
It is funny to imagine that like this in Mormon culture would have been seen. Like this is like such a like, I mean, you could wear this to work, right? It's such a worky shirt, but this would have been seen as immodest.
Yeah, defiling your covenants, disrespecting your relationship with God. Flaunting your shoulders like pornography for the wanton gaze of the males.
The male males. Alyssa Grenfell has a great video on Mormon authors. Alyssa Grenfell has a great video on everything. Simply every aspect. Is great. Yeah, everything she ever does is the best thing I've ever seen.
And I actually did watch that one, and it was really good.
Yeah, she's good at what she does.
Yeah. But Mormons are also can be quite driven too, which adds to the success.
Yeah.
And they'll put the effort into the thing. You get your Brandon Sandersons, your Stephanie Myers.
Is Brandon Sanderson Mormon? Yeah.
Yeah, he lectures at BYU.
Okay, I actually really do want to read Paul from Paul and Morgan's book. I'm actually quite hopeful that it might just be like a pretty innocent children's book that is not problematic. I haven't heard anything about the actual content being problematic. It seems like it's like a fantasy, but it'd be interesting. I feel like no one can analyze someone's innocent fantasy book and draw conclusions about the author's psyche like we can. Like we have really honed that craft over like 5 years of reading Mormon fiction. So
what's going on in Paul's Narnia?
Yeah, I'm like, can we just like order that book and do it?
Do we have to?
It will do well as a video. And I think it'd be fun. And it's just it can just be a one-time thing because it's just a short.
Yeah, right. Can we get it secondhand?
No, we have to buy it from Jeff Bezos. Let me see if it's even available. Yep, it is $15. The Legend of Bloodfang.
Legend of Bloodfang.
I really do think we should read it.
Bloodfang Safari.
Should I add it to cart? Are you willing to pay $7.50 for this?
Yeah,
I think the video
I
probably
pay $7.50 for a hammer hit to the head every day. So
it's $15. I bet the video will make $120. So it will be worth it.
You reckon that'll make $120?
I don't know.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
I'm buying it now.
From Jeff Bezos, huh?
I know.
Father, forgive us. We know exactly what we're doing.
You know exactly what. I have to remove the clown shoes from my cart. Save for later. That might be a better video to do on Friday.
A clown video?
No, the poor book.
Going back to clowning, what you mentioned dancing. I don't know is that the normal?
No, it wasn't just dancing. I just mean Wingspan. Generally.
Okay, you're bringing Wingspan to the art of clowning.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Great.
I don't have the what's the word for things like. I mean, I don't think I'm a natural clown the way that you are. I'm just going to say it.
You are.
But I have the spirit of a clown. Oh, and I do speak some French, so I think I would be one of those sort of, maybe I could be like a serious French clown.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm getting to the point where my pop socket is like squeaky every time I use it, and it's really bugging me.
Hate a squeaky pop socket.
Yeah. Creativity is here in the Denny's today.
It's good. It's a good time for it. Gemini season. Great time to be creative. Great time for new experiences, to be outside, to take new routes, to be spontaneous, to not text back and then text back 6 mini essays a month later. It's a time for that's it. That's what the times are for.
That's the end of what it's for. There's nothing beyond that. Gemini here.
Woo, 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 woo. What's your favorite part of being a Gemini?
Oh, Sam, you speak French. We love to hire people who are bilingual. That's a real stretch. Into our government here in Canada. I don't think I would quite pass that test. I feel like I can speak French like a 2.5-year-old can speak French, or a 3-year-old. Like it's not.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, it's not going to be. But I do think because I have like the foundation of like the grammar and the conjugations, and I could pick it back up faster. And who knows?
Voilà
Anything's
mon
possible.
passeport.
My favorite thing about being a Gemini is the Gemini twin that you always get. I've always had a Gemini twin. I was born in hospital next to my best friend who's a Gemini. Damn. Hannah rhymes with Tanner. And we were like twins our whole life. And then I met you. Like the world has always given me a Gemini twin, which is just kind of remarkable. So that's my favorite thing. What's yours?
I think the same thing. It's like there's just a knowing and a level that you get to. And it's just nice. And I understand why some people are terrorized by Geminis.
Yeah.
I know why they find us
I've been terrorized by myself my whole life.
Deal with.
You really have to learn to work with it, I guess.
It could be a quite airy and breezy. But so fun.
So fun.
So fun sometimes.
So fun sometimes. Thank you, Hannah. Have you guys seen the movie Sinners? Oh, have you seen it yet? I haven't.
Yes, I did.
Wait, I was worried I wouldn't like it because it seemed scary.
It is there. It's scary at first, and then you get like really used to the vibe.
Do you think I'll like it? Should I see it?
You might like it. I think you might not.
If not, please do. The music is amazing.
But the music is amazing. That scene where, I don't think this is too much of a spoiler, where he's like playing in the bar and it summons all these players from different times, and it's just like masterful. It's very, very incredible.
Cool.
And the acting is really good. But yeah, it's a bit scary. It's a bit gory. I don't know if it would be your favorite thing. But I'm never inviting a group of white folk singers into my house ever just in case.
Which is kind of hard because that's like your people. That's like you.
I know, but they might be vampires. So they probably are.
Yeah.
And maybe I am one too, and I just don't even realize it at this point. Come to think of it, I haven't been out in the sun in like 12 years. I get my face starts melting. I start diamond shining or whatever.
My husband and I are both Geminis. That's a lovely thought.
That is. I bet y'all have so much fun.
Yeah.
I once dated someone with my same birthday. We had the funnest time.
Wait, was it at BYU Idaho?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
funnest
she was
time.
fun.
Yeah, great. Ended on a great note.
That is so cute, the thought of having the same birthday as a partner.
Yeah. Then you got to throw like a mutual party.
Yeah.
I
Did
guess.
you date on your birthday? Oh,
I think we did. It's hard to remember how everything lines up in the trimester there. It's been oh so long, and I strive not to remember those times.
when your birthday is May 23rd.
Yeah.
I finally learned, every year I'm like, is it the 16th or the 23rd? And my stepmom's birthday is the 16th. So for some reason, you two had crosswires, which is random. And mine's June 19th.
I always think yours is June 16th.
Wait, you're May 23rd?
Sure am.
But I just met someone the other... Oh, no, he's a Taurus because I think it's... Never mind.
Well, yeah, it's a cusp.
A Gemini friend is like a Scorpio's emotional support human, I feel.
Yeah.
Who's a Scorpio that we know? I don't know anyone who's
my brother is a Scorpio. My sister is a Scorpio.
Which sister?
Jade.
Oh, amazing.
I get it. Because there's like, because Geminis can keep it light and funny. And I find like Scorpios have that like kind of sinister, funny side. Or that, that kind of dark edge. And Geminis can go there too. They can appreciate the dark, even though they tend to be a bit more airy-fairy. I find in my limited sample size that happens, to believe in astrology. The other side of me, the other Gemini side, does not. And I can do it all. I refuse to be confined to your feeble boundaries.
I'm May 23rd too. Says Long Journeys. And then Lindsay says Sam and I share the same birthday.
Oh my God.
Isn't that
Birthday
cute?
twins. We got Gemini twins all around.
Twins on twins. God. And the Venmo super chat just went off.
Wow. Things are really popping.
Things are really looking up for us. Becky. Yay. Hi. Sending you to love. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It's so nice how you're always in the streams and super chats.
We sure do appreciate it.
Banksy, do you have a point that you'd like to make?
I think somebody is starting to get a little
dinner
hungry.
of it all.
He's like, hey, guys, if you wouldn't mind.
1992 too, so we are like actual twins.
Okay, what time were you born? We're figuring this out.
Oh, I am a Aquarius. What's the one that's not moon? And a Virgo rising.
I can see it.
Can you?
Yes, I can.
I don't feel safe around Libras because they're war criminals. Oliver North. I don't know the name Oliver North.
I don't know Oliver North. I know an Oliver South. And an Oliver
Libras
Twist.
are war criminals.
Libra. I was raised by Libras. You don't know what it's like. They're chill though. I don't think they would commit war crimes. At least they haven't yet. But there's still time.
The energy for war crimes,
Yeah. Who's got the contracts?
Sam, it makes sense to me that you have Aquarius and Virgo placements.
I think it does. I think it does too.
I'm like familiar with the general vibe of Geminis, but I don't know anything about the other two. But it's so validating to hear that for reasons I don't even know. Is anyone currently pregnant in the chat? Just curious.
Got any pregos in the chat?
Any buns in the oven with you guys?
I've been trying, but yeah, nothing's taking. So
my mom is a Libra. She has a terrible temper. My mom is a Cancer and she has a terrible temper. Aquarius because of your creativity and justice orientedness. Oh, and Virgo be praise your. Oh, because you're caring and grounded. It's really nice. It's crazy how you can just feel so validated by these categories.
I think that's why we use them.
We need it. I need it.
Banksy is his little chirps are so cute. I wish
Oliver
we had a little
North.
tiny mic for him.
Oliver North was the central figure in the Iran-Contra affair. During the Reagan years, he sold arms to Iran to bypass a law that forbid giving weapons and money to anti-communist guerrillas in Central America. Damn. That's Libras for you.
Yeah, that's why I do not fuck with Libras.
Ray, I've forcibly removed my ability to get people pregnant. Sorry, I keep talking.
No, we were just talking at the same time. And as someone who's vasectomied, I get it.
As someone who like really identifies with having a vasectomy, I have a 5-year vasectomy going on, I guess.
Yeah, and you can't get anyone pregnant at this point.
No, I'm useless.
Yeah, you're basically useless.
Well, what do you think this phase of the stream is about?
I think this phase of the stream
phase?
is about taking off our shoes, putting on the cardigan, sitting down, stretching those old legs, having a little yawn or two, and then blasting the latest Black Sabbath album and going ape shit. I don't. What's Black Sabbath's big song?
Couldn't tell you.
Did they do Iron Man? I actually don't really know. But someday I'll look it up for history's sake. Well, thank you all so much for watching.
Yeah,
I'd love to be here with you.
So much for being here.
Look forward to new upcoming content that will be so fun and entertaining.
Oh yeah, we will be creating viral content that provides so much value.
Viral bedbug content.
Yep. Yeah, and it's just gonna like be great, and we're gonna get 100 subscriber plaque, and it's all happening for us. It's crazy. The momentum is off the chain.
You guys just think about how it will be when we look back on how we were plaqueless, and it'll be so funny to be like, remember we were all there that one day, we were like, we're gonna get the plaque, and then we will have the plaque and we'll be like, we were so dumb not having a plaque.
Yeah, I do feel dumb.
Well, I believe that all of you can get the plaques that your heart's desires.
Yeah.
And I hope that they come soon. And even if you don't have a plaque on your wall, you got a plaque in my heart.
I'm a Cancer, but both of my cats are Geminis. Lovely.
That is fun. And
momentum is in this Denny's tonight.
Momentum.
Remember that our collective group terror for the week is the heart, making sure that we all return to that heart-centered place, that we don't let the distractions of the world take us away from that kind of central place of calm and alignment and love and warmth.
And cardiovascular stability.
And I once again do want to say you should follow my Substack. I have a great post about desire up. You can actually listen to articles on Substack. Like they'll have an AI read it for you. So you could also listen to it like a podcast. I don't know if that would be enjoyable or not. I feel like I write a little bit stuffy. I don't know. Maybe.
You should just record them. You have a great voice and do it as like a little podcast.
I've actually thought about that. I'm like, I have this stuff. It probably would, with some of them, it would be like 15 minutes of talking.
That's great. That's ideal. Like a little 15-minute mini essay.
Yeah. If I felt that it would earn me money, it would be worth it, but I'm not sure. But I could see it being, because it is like a mini podcast then.
Ask your support base. Yeah. Would you pay for that?
Oh, also, sorry I'm doing so much self-promo in this, but I haven't been promoting my coaching for a couple of years because I haven't really, not that I haven't wanted new clients, but it hasn't been like a big focus of mine because I felt like I'm kind of doing the amount of coaching I want to do. But right now I am interested in taking on some more clients for my coaching practice. So if you're looking for someone to kind of like workshop what you're going through in life and where you're trying to get to, someone to help you process or set goals, if you want someone to be accountable to for goals, SamanthaShelleyCoaching.com. And sorry, I'm promoting. Do you have any links to promote?
Follow me, TannerG_art on Instagram.
So true.
Follow my Finsta if you don't want to learn about desire,
I'm
but
not allowed to.
but want to experience.
What's your Finsta? Howdy boy.
Boy, howdy, yeah.
Hope it's going well.
I mean, yeah, could be better. I need to actually make a real Finsta. That's my goal. That's my financial goal for my financial chore for the one of them.
I don't get to read enough to make Substack worth it, so I would definitely consider it more if audio is included. This is actually opening in my mind. Yeah.
Do it.
We're hustling. We're doing things. We're being productive.
We are. We're being prolific. We're prolificizing.
One thing about Zelf on the Shelf.
It's prolific. That's what they're always saying.
Okay. It's always so hard to say goodbye, but
it is.
This really has been nice.
Thank you so much for joining, for all your love and support. We cherish you.
We really
and the cats cherish you too. They talk about you all the time.
Yep.
We can hear it in their meows that they miss when we're all here together, hanging out, giving out pets.
And if it's not obvious, we don't take it lightly that you would give us potentially an hour and 35 minutes of your time to be with us. So thank you.
Yeah, means a lot.
Yeah. Love you all. Good luck with whatever.
Have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, Fernando, for presiding over this stream and smiling on all of us as we go home.
Yes, we couldn't do it without you.
And that's the end now. Bye. Love you.
Bye.